Yeah, it's going. It's going alright, it's going.
Where's it
Okay,
going?
It's going forward.
Not sideways.
No.
Ah.
Sorry.
Right. I need to come up with a little bit of a different display for our Eberron. I need to get your characters in quicker on the bottom. Right, let's see. Dun dun dun. Loading up the camera. Yeah. Alright, I'm all good. Check, check. I don't need this. I'll keep this just in case. Are we just waiting for Axel again?
I'm here.
I still haven't got the music to work. For some reason on the...
You'll just have to deal with our lovely voices instead.
Let me see. I have no idea why. Yeah. Anyway. So. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Eberron. So, we have got 3 new party members, don't we?
Yeah.
Amazing. Why don't we go around a little bit then and start with Eliza de Kundarak. Tell us a little bit about your character tonight.
I'll be playing Eliza de Kunurak. She is the Eldritch singer. She's a warlock bard. She had a little bit of trouble making it as a singer because the people she sold her voice to, or however you want to say it, tend to not like pretty things. So she killed one of her fellow co-stars on stage one time to serve her contract with these people, her pact with these people. So she's not that popular anymore, and runs around as an adventurer instead.
Excellent. Fendrith.
Fendrith is a barbarian black dragonborn who's, I guess, like with black dragonborn, a bit morally dubious.
Okay.
Doesn't get on too well with her family. They have a love-hate relationship, so she spends as much time away from them as possible.
Fair. I can relate. And then our final new joiner is it John?
Yes.
Or is it John?
One.
John.
Whichever works.
Is the O silent?
Just Jin.
Oh,
You know, that works, yes, for a monk, probably.
Jn. Okay, so we have
Yep.
John.
Yeah, human male. Doesn't woke up one day on the street, you know, not remembering anything of his past, and was taken in by a church, and eventually got sick and tired of sitting around and decided to become an adventurer.
That's a complicated backstory.
talk about that's a classic.
Exactly.
Yep. Why'd you go adventuring? I got bored being a monk. All of the zen was just too much for me.
Got bored of sweeping the floors.
Yeah. Wax on, wax off, Danielson. Awesome. Cool. So, you are a group of, I don't want to say degenerates or wannabes.
It's kind of too late for that because we played last time and we were definitely degenerates then, and I don't think it's going to change by the addition of the 2 new players.
Nope.
Probably not.
You're a group of chancers, of negotiators, wheelers and dealers, with a very small shop in the bottom of an area in Middle Dura called Harris Folly. It's a modest shopfront. You pick up odd jobs here and there. The odd, can you rescue my daughter from Knoll kidnappers, or can you deliver this, and can you guard a caravan, those sorts of things. However, not many of you have actually left the city of Shan. Fortunately, there's a whole group of you, which is why we always get various different characters coming through, because each person takes their turn in the limelight. Anyway, you've been living and raised in Shan, and eventually you managed to blag yourselves a ticket to a ball. The ball was based in Skyway, in one of the palaces up in the clouds, a location that very many are desperate to visit but never have the chance. You wined and dined yourselves, alienated yourselves from a couple of the guests. John and Fendrith, you only heard this when they got back after their night out. Listening to the tale of when they were leaving towards their sky coach, they happened upon a murder. A crazed hooded person leapt from a bridge in the skyway, leaving a dead body behind. After a brief investigation, the group of you found it was a courier, and you traced down a couple of leads. The path taking you through Middle Dura all the way down to Lower Dura, and then to Lower Tavix, where you traced, or at least caught up with the killer in Terminus. And there you had a battle with Yak and the Warforged / automaton that attacked you as well. You managed to overcome this person, and after knocking them out, letting your trusted police colleague Kavil put them behind bars. We now pick up 3 days later. The agent Yek the Grin has been arrested and has been taken down to the jails of the Decanath household, awaiting trial and summary execution. His apprehension by some sort of city adventurers has become the talk of Middle Dura, and you found a lot of small business coming your way, people coming to ask you favors, or see if you can't find my lost cat, please, sir. Terrible work, but it earns you a couple of coppers every now and then. And while you're standing in your shop front, you hear the door creak open, ding-ling-ling, as a little bell goes off. As you look up from the counter, in walks none other than Kavil. He steps in. He's got a watchman behind him who looks even younger than Kavil does. Pockmarked face with zits and pimples all over the place, pink rosy cheeks but pasty white skin, almost walking with his knees together and dragging his spear behind him as if he's not even strong enough to lift it. Kavil steps into his shop and steps into your shop, and he looks around as, oh, okay. It appears that everything is going fine for you. Hello. And he looks over. We've got Thune in the room, don't we?
Yes.
We do. We got Thune gives you a small little salute. I don't believe I've met your new colleagues.
They can introduce themselves. This is, I don't even remember his name, but the guy that kind of stood behind us when we did capture that thingy. I don't really care. And then I continue drinking my beer.
Enough.
This is Kavil, is it? And Eliza, which is only, let me just confirm her height, a 3'8" dwarf comes thundering over to Kavil that you can easily feel on the floorboards as she does.
Okay.
And with a little brush begins brushing him off. Welcome, come in, come in.
And Kavil looks down at you and he nods and he goes, "Oh, and thank you. Your name is my dear lady, I hope."
Eliza, pleasure to meet you, darling.
Oh, Liza. Yes. Pity I missed you in the last escapade. So
He's silly. Ron did much better than I could do, but I'm still here.
all credit to you, good lady. I was wondering if I might ask of you all to perhaps meet me in the Café des Tavis, just 2 blocks down the road. When you close up, of course, we have some business to discuss. This here is my new comrade. I'm taking care of him. His name's Pete. All right. Young Pete looks like he's about 14 or 15 years old, just learning the ropes. His armor's a bit too big for him. He looks like he couldn't actually pick up a battle axe and run into battle, but he's definitely here to do something. I'm sure you'll find
John
out.
wasn't that bad.
Hi, I'm Pete. Yeah. Okay. Scuffles his feet just a little bit and looks down. I'll go get us a table, shall I? All right. Pete sort of shuffles out and... yes. I dare say some of the nobles have been sending their children to us for some training, given what happened last time, Nobody's safe these days, not even in Skyway. Ah, well. How about it? What say you? Can I buy you a cup of coffee? What time do you close?
Right? I can always have a drink.
All right then. How about a beer? Well, no, let's say the drinks are on me.
Boone stands up and takes his scimitars and walks up, looking excited.
Oh, good God. Oh, praise be. Okay. Beer's on me then, I guess.
Come on then, I said to the others.
Yeah, darling, and look after the shop while we're gone, really? And then Eliza tiptoes over the floorboards, which again creak ominously as she does.
Okay. What about Fendrith and John?
Yeah, she'll get up and say, "I suppose we're closing now."
Oh, capital. Excellent. Sounds brilliant.
Don't get too excited.
Well, you don't know me yet, but excitement's my middle name.
What a joy.
I will cheer up.
Well, come on then. Let's hop to it. And Kavil takes a couple of steps out the shop and heads off towards one of the floating platforms, in actual fact. Do you all follow?
Thune is hot on his heels.
Mm-hmm.
Eliza has to run a little faster to keep up with everybody, I think.
With those little feet, patter, 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 patter. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only have a movement speed of 25 feet.
That's okay. And Fendrith and John?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The Bender hurrying behind, but she'll be there.
Okay. Great. As you all head towards one of the floating platforms, Kavil is waiting on there, and you all step on, and he's like, if we're going for beers, we may as well go on down to a good old pub. I know somebody that's, somewhere that you'll probably fit in quite well. And flips a little switch, and the pad disappears down the middle Dura towards lower. And as it does, he steps off onto one of the middle bridges, and he's like, well, come on with me. You find yourselves now in the center, lower Dura, on the central plateau. It's a very raucous area. People are everywhere. The central plateau is very well known for a couple of restaurants with well-to-do food, big portions, not too expensive, a little bit of roughhousing as well, and the people around on the streets are armed. They're not all fully armored, but they're boisterous. They go about their business and don't like to get sidetracked. It's during the day, so the sun gets down here. There's also ample street lighting around, and Kavil leads you through a couple of roads down a corner or two, and eventually you see an archway, and there it says, "The King's Heel," and well. This place used to be one of my drinking holes when I was still a young lad, so come on. And ducks his head and he steps inside. And what opens is a small tap room. It's about 80 feet by 100 feet. There's a couple of tables sitting around. And as you see him, he walks past the bar towards one of the far ends. There is a curtain. And he waits for you to catch up, then pulls the curtain aside. And you can see inside is a booth, a comfortable booth that you'll probably fit about 8 or 10 people inside there. It almost looks like it's a private table. He waits for you all to usher yourselves inside, and then leans over to the barkeep and puts in an order. Drinks all round, please, barkeep. On the watch. And the barkeep nods. Right. Thank you all for coming. I must admit, the solving of the murder the last couple of days has garnered me some favours in the watch, and they are looking to me as an up-and-coming lead investigator. Sounds like a new position, really. Normally we just bop people on the head and take them to jail. But apparently there is something called evidence that we sometimes need to pay attention to. But really, I wanted to have a quiet word with you all. I'm deeply concerned for your safety. It was brought to my attention 2 hours ago that Yek the Grin has just been murdered in prison. I don't know if you're already aware of this information, but at present we believe it's Boromar spies cleaning house from the inside. You haven't seen any shady characters around, or anyone coming to you with any out of the ordinary business?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Right. we might not have told you is we've found out what the courier, the murdered courier, was carrying and what was stolen. Apparently, a coded letter has been stolen. It is rumored to have come from a senior agent at the Church of the Silver Flame, and as you know, it would contain some very pertinent information, not only to our city's survival, but our region as a whole. We are aware that the Boromars were behind this, and I'm actually hoping you guys can potentially help us retrieve this letter. Given that, you happened upon the body, and you know the ins and outs of the Boromars, having dealt with them, and obviously escaped with your lives, so that's testament to how good you are at your job.
Yes, of course. All of that.
Excellent. Does that mean that you're in?
Absolutely.
Yes, I enjoy putting myself in the way of certain.
What's the payment?
Well,
Good point.
we wouldn't be paying you for this. It is actually the House of Ryan who are looking to recover the lost message that want to save face. They are putting up a reward. We've heard somewhere in the region of 1,000 gold, or a magical item of sorts, to help you in your times of need, or any ruffians you might encounter, as usual.
There's a big grin on Thun's face.
Yeah, I knew you would come around.
Money and beer. I got the big guy. That's all we needed to know. So, House Aran are looking to recover the message, and if our suspicions are correct, the message lies in a vault in the Boromar household. Now, I have an informant, and he's a fence. He's a halfling. He is, he's on... I mean, I guess you could call him a criminal, but, he's helping put criminals behind bars. And as an informant, that's doing a good service. So, we keep it on the down low. We meet in secret. He tells me he's familiar with the Boromar household, having worked for them for quite some time. He still does a little bit of business on the side. I believe he would be able to help you out on the location and potentially the layout of the villa as well.
Well, where would we find this ally?
So, my informant's name is Timble Grasstooth. And he is in a small pub called the Zephyr. He's there every night drinking. If you see him, tell him Kavil sent you.
What was the name of the bar?
The bar is called the Zephyr.
Zephyr. Like Zephyr Strike
Yes.
from the Ranger, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like Zephyr from the word Zephyr.
Yeah. But it's just an unusual ZEPH YR. It's not the most common used word, is it?
I think it's really important that we get this letter. Whatever is written in there is definitely important enough to kill for, and the Boromars are cleaning up shop. They've already killed someone in prison. I don't know how long it will be before they come for you. So, I would take this as a serious matter, and I would be most appreciative if you were to stay alive on this one.
Darling, fans are always invasive. I should know.
Oh, okay.
As you pats Cavil's hand.
um, ooh, and you can see a little bit of sweat starting to form on his brow as he looks at you, and in his 23 years of age, still being quite young, he can realize that young for a dwarf is 190 or something. Right. Okay. Bartender, another round of drinks for my friends, please. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave you now. A pleasure.
Should we really stick around? I mean, if they're hunting for us, perhaps we should get a move on.
Just
I'm agreeing with you.
Well, as Tula said, one more shouldn't hurt. Yeah.
Alright, we can drink on the road.
I'll have that to go, please.
Is that like plastic cups that they disposable?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so, with that, Kavil pays for all of your drinks and slowly makes his way out of the small pub. You don't see Pete anywhere. He obviously didn't come inside, or he's too young to drink. Which leaves you guys with a round of drinks to go.
Andrew's just gonna push hers towards whoever wants it.
Oh.
I'll
don't
grab
take
it.
it for anyone else at the time. I will roll you for it.
Alright, let's go.
Initiative roll, or what should we go for? Dex.
I don't care. Rollies!
Initiative, let's go initiative.
Versus each other, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh! Jahoon! Oh!
Yeah.
Thun and Jahoon! And then...
I take that.
Awesome. So, Thun manages just to beat you to it, Eliza, as he grabs a drink and necks it in one go. Slams a glass down the table and says...
It's better if I have it.
What was that about? You barely had any time to enjoy it.
It's a wonder we get
We're too
anything
small.
done. She'll just
I'll
sit
enjoy the next one, I say, while sipping my third. That one's just to get me started.
Alrighty. So, you all sit around and rabble house after you finish your drinks. Where to?
Come on, Thun, you must know where this place is. You literally visited all the taverns in the area.
Yeah, we can go to the Sapphire. They have small beers, though. I prefer where you get a bit more for your gold.
Well, take the tankard with you, and ask them to fill that one instead. And she points to the tankard he's obviously holding.
Good idea. Takes your whatever is left in yours as well.
Okay, and I take it you lead them to the Zephyr then.
Yeah,
Roll a
walking
survival,
out
roll a
with
survival
the
check for me, please.
survival. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh yeah. You recognize, you know exactly where the Zephyr is. You've passed by a couple of times. You've looked in the windows and you remember maybe trying it once, but it's not somewhere that you would head to. You lead the party slowly through Shan, heading off toward the Zephyr. And are you going to do anything before you get there?
Boom will not unless the others stop him. He will lead them there straight away.
Okay. Doesn't sound like anyone's... Cool.
So I was just checking if I had anything. No.
Okay. So, you make your way over towards the Zephyr. And as soon as you get to there, you realize, or you remember now, exactly why you don't come into the Zephyr. Because as you get to there, the door is around knee height, the handle. You have to bend down.
This has had very small glasses.
The lintel above the doorway is only 5 foot above the ground. So you have to literally duck to get in, as does John. And they all follow you in with Eliza smirking from ear to ear. As you look around, you realize the Zephyr is a halfling pub. Everything is inside here is catered to the small folk. The furnishings, the pints, the size of the mugs and the tables, they're all just a little bit smaller than for most normal people. You get inside, you take a look around, and there's a handful of people sitting around drinking, some on their own, 3 people are on their own, 2 of them, there's 2 groups of 2. They all stop mid-conversation or from their drinks and look up to see you as you enter Thune. Then John steps in behind you, and their eyes narrow. And as soon as Eliza walks in, you can see them breathe a sigh of relief as they realize one of their own is in this party. You guys should be okay. All right. And they turn around and start chatting again.
Wow, you weren't kidding.
Boom walks up to the bar with
What a wonderful atmosphere.
with the pitcher or the glass from the other bar and orders the beer for it.
Sorry, the band was playing. What was that?
Boone walks up to the bar,
Yeah.
puts the empty glass from the other bar, and asks if it will fill.
Okay, the halfling bartender looks up and you can see that the glass you put down is definitely like a Thune-sized pint glass. It takes up his entire face. As you can see, his face behind the glass on the other side is just sort of like magnified to bigger proportions as he looks at you. He's like, whoa, that's a big mug. What'll it be, strangers?
Beer, I say.
But how many pints it takes to fill up his glass? He's a big drinker.
Yeah, the little halfling behind the bar grabs the handle with 2 hands and pulls it off the bar. Okay. And all of you too? Drinks? Round of beers?
No.
Oh, yeah, another one.
Oh, there's a chorus of yeses from what sounds of it.
What would you
No.
rather drink? Not ale? What then?
Nothing from here.
Ah, come on, we'll have something.
A liquid phobe. We've had one of them before. Don't worry,
I'm not a liquid phobe.
we've got alcohol-infused bread rolls.
I don't want to know where they came from.
And he sets to pouring pints for everyone else. These small little mugs, half-pint mugs, slam down on the bar tops, slowly followed by Thune's huge jug of beer. I'll be 4 coppers, please.
Boone hands them over for all of them.
Okay. Just give us a holler if you need some more.
Will do.
All right.
The prizes aren't half bad.
We should probably find a place in the middle of this establishment so Thune can sit upright.
Drinks in hand, you look around. The pub is... I mean, it's smoky and it's dimly lit. There's only 1 pair of ever-bright lanterns in this small, danky pub. A couple of the other halflings are smoking pipes, so you can smell the pipe weed hanging in the pub as well. The ground smells like stale beer and stale smoke. As you look around, eyeing each of the little halflings inside the pub. Who wants to go ahead and roll a perception check for me?
Eliza is short-sighted, both in temperament and in real life, so she can't see shit anyway. So one of you guys should probably do it.
All right, John.
Mm.
With anyone else? John, with a 7, you look around, and indeed it looks like a pub for small people.
Oh, these people look the same.
Some of
Oh,
them
don't be silly.
have got different coloured hair. So yeah. That is, you are so perceptive. You notice that there are 2 people with different coloured hair. Yeah. Eliza, you look around the pub, and you know it's pleasant to your eyes. I mean, it's exactly the right size for you. On the far side of the pub, you can see a booth where it looks like there is a halfling couple, are busy talking, laughing jovially, and there's another couple over there, but there are two women who, well, you couldn't say exactly, but they are definitely single by the amount of empty glasses on the table between the 2 of them. Either they're having a drinking contest or they're catching up on old times. There are 3 other people in the pub. One of them looks like he is a dock worker. You know, you can see he's wearing coveralls over him. He's got like suspenders on. He's got a flat cap, and he's definitely deep into his beer. Sitting there, you can even see on his beard he's got like a little bit of beer froth as well. The next character is, again, he looks working class. Trousers tatty, shirt loose and tatty as well. He's wearing white though. Everything is white, and he's got like a small little black necktie just tied around his throat. The third person, who's sitting on his own in a corner with a 16, you can't make out too many of his features. He's definitely leaned back and he's relaxing. He's watching you. And as soon as you notice this, and he notices you, his eyes sort of dart to the side. From where he's sitting, you can see that he's wearing small, well-made leather boots. He's got trousers. They've got no holes in them. They're also leather. And he looks quite bulky. Either he's wearing some sort of padded armor underneath his coat, or he's just filling out and he's top-heavy. But he definitely looks a little bit shifty.
You sure we came to the right place? I can't see anyone of note.
You mean you can't see anybody? Only halflings.
I mean, the ale is not half bad when you actually get some.
This place is terrible.
Oh, that'd be ridiculous. Excuse me for a moment, and then Eliza takes her pint, which she hadn't drunk from yet, and then sort of waltzes across the floor that it creaks towards this little man who has spotted each other.
Oh, okay.
And she goes like, "Hello there."
His eyes look up and he's like, looks left, looks right again. Mate just looks like he's checking the corners. He's like, "Alright, love. What can I do for you?"
I always know a fan when I see one. Here, this is on me. And she gives him the pint.
Make a good wife giving away drink like that, eh? Has a bit of a sniff of it, looks underneath it, and good house ale, that.
Indeed. You come over and sit with us. You cannot sit here all alone. As he sort of tries to grab him by the free hand he's not drinking the beer, the pint with, and try to drag him out of his seat over to the others.
Okay, let's roll Let's roll contested dex then, shall we?
Oh, you won't let me. Oh, I'm gonna athletics him. Come on. Fair enough. Dex.
Hold on, I need to go to my rolly.
Just do grapple checks with him.
Yeah, so he gets +3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just
Gordon Bennett.
Oh my God! He actually makes it.
As he's busy drinking, you do manage to catch him off guard. You realise his reflexes are fast, but distracting him with the beer definitely worked. Because as he flicks his arm away, he pulls his arm, leaving him exposed, and you just have to put your arm on his elbow, and you get a good strong grip just in between the knuckles on the bottom of your elbow. Oi, lady! You cheeky little nonce! Where are you taking me?
Right this way.
As you pull him past the ever bright lantern, it's almost like he's like, get the brightness away! I'm a creature of the dark. And you drag him over, do you?
Yeah, to the others.
Alright. The rest of you are all hanging around the bar still, are you?
I think we found a table to
Yeah,
I
sit.
can find a table in the middle of everything
Oh,
because
yes, that's right.
I suggested that Thune should sit there because else he would scrape his head against the roof.
That's right, you did. Alright, you drag him through into the middle. All the other patrons are like... The couple are ignoring, the two ladies are like chuckling and giggling, and the other two, the dude all in white and the other from the docks, almost start to sidle off onto the edges of the bar to get as far away as possible, as they like trying very hard not to keep watch, averting their gaze. Alright.
As you get close, Thune will be chuckling. What will Brune say about this? Finding a new man?
He'll say nothing. He'll say nothing. You'll be too drunk to remember anyway. And she sort of tried to put the man down in a seat. Take a seat herself.
Alright, so dropping him in the chair, he sits down. Manhandling me like that's gonna get you nowhere, darling. What? You left my beer
don't say
behind.
that. Oh, don't say that.
Both
I'll just go
beers-
get it.
Alright.
And then she trots off again and gets his beer.
Off you trot, and he looks at the rest of you. What's the meaning of this? Coming here, offering me drink and then pulling me out of my comfort zone.
You Thimble?
Are you Thimble? Who's asking?
Oh,
I am.
I
I
don't,
don't know.
really?
I don't know who you are.
Probably mention our friend.
I am Thune.
Alright, Thune. Hello. I still don't know who you are.
He just told you.
Just tell him who sent us.
Oh yeah, that guy with the armor guard, Kavil was his name, yeah.
Shh, oi.
He sent us.
Shh. Don't tell everybody, bloody hell.
You asked.
He leans into the table. He's like, don't you ever know what discretion is? God. Hey, is he your
At
leader,
moment.
the big one? Goodness me. I know who
sort of,
bloody
kind of.
Kavil is. Alright,
Maybe.
let's try and keep our voices down so the rest of the mafia don't hear us.
What mafia?
Puts his hand in his head and he's just like, looks between his fingers to see if anyone's watching on either side of the room, and he's just shaking his head. He's like, alright, these two big uns better keep quiet. I'm only dealing with the quiet ones, the ladies then, is it?
Oh, I can be loud.
When Eliza comes back. Oh, darling, here you are.
God. Can't catch a break, can I? Well, at least you brought my beers, alright, okay. Hooray, 2 for me. Alright, so what's going on then? What's this about? What did Kavil send you for?
Papers.
This house that needs renovating has a big vault. Not to brag, but I'm a decoder, so I know things like that. And these are my laborers. And she sort of gestures over to one. It's not believable whatsoever. But she's basically just trying to sort of like indicate that they want the plans for the manor.
Got you. Okay. Roll a deception check for me.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
So he looks at you with squinty eyes and he's like, okay. Now, I sent the word out with Kavil. I've learned that there is a letter. Paper, that's right. You said paper, didn't you? Okay, yeah. And the villa. Anyway, I've got some information. It's about where this paper and the renovation are, but I'm a working man, and when I work I often get paid, and right now I'm working. Do you know what I mean?
You work and drink at the same
Is he
time, silly
asking us for
man.
money?
Oh, you got your beer?
Yeah. You don't need anything else.
He starts to look at his nails and then pick his teeth as... Yeah, well, my skills could get me killed, Well, my information too.
Well, so could I.
So, how much jingle do you want? 1, 2, and Eliza just shakes her upper torso a bit.
Or I could
You've rolled-
throw up on you.
Eliza, roll a persuasion check, and
Well, I was thinking that might be intimidation, but it's the same for me.
Fendrith, I was going to call you Fenrir, an intimidation check for me, please.
I have no luck whatsoever.
Oh my god. That's
So,
so
as-
I'm just going
bad.
in after this.
As Eliza leans forward and starts to jiggle her torso at him, Fendrith just basically threatens him, standing behind Eliza, staring intently, as like there's the whole someone staring at you intently and someone's jiggling their body in front of you. He looks up, he looks down, he's like, yeah, that's together really scary. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm still gonna need to get paid. Look,
Yeah, that was what she asked him.
that is what.
How many jingles do you want?
There you go.
So she asked him for his price.
Look, yeah, love. Now you're nice and all, and you big one. You're scary and all, but a man's got to earn the kind of money that his information's worth, and right now mine's worth 100 gold.
Thune almost does a spit take.
In precious stones, if that makes it easier for you.
Do any of you have that kind of money?
We can deliver it when we have the letter.
Yeah, you see.
What if we give you half now and half later?
Ah,
See that your information is really worth its price.
bet your bottom dollar my information's worth its bloody price. Your bottom gold coin.
I
Alright.
I don't want to stake my life on it.
Well, mine's worth more than 50 gold, tell you that. But I guess we can come to some sort of an agreement. Do you believe in
Good.
promissory notes?
Do I know what a promissory note is?
Yeah, mind you, no, you probably roll an intelligence check for me, because I just realised you're a barbarian, aren't you?
Yep.
What would you have need for money when you can just take things?
She's a noble.
You're a noble barbarian. Okay, in which case,
Interesting.
She's more intelligent than Thune.
being of Shan, you know, your cousins out in the sticks, they would probably have thought straight away a promissory note is like, I promise to marry you, so let me write a note to explain that to you. But having grown up in Shan and being of noble birth, you've understood that economy and industry make the gears work in a city, which are often tied to debt. So a promissory note is basically just an IOU. If you have one of these, it's a signature that's binding in any of these courts of Shan. But again, what does it matter when you can just take stuff? Who needs promises, yeah?
It's fine. Kavil can sign for it.
I don't see Kavil around here, do you?
We can sign for it.
I'll sign for him.
Alright, love, look.
It's fine, don't worry.
Okay, are you going to roll a forgery check? Do you have a forgery kit? Just you're going to sign for him.
What do I have? I'm not sure if I picked a forgery kit.
Don't even have a pen and paper, probably.
Actually, we
I know
could
you
not
have
taken that.
a calligraphy thing. Yeah.
Oh, I see what's going on here, a little bit of interplayer.
I don't
Pooling
have a
of
forgery
resources.
kit. I don't have a forgery kit, that's pretty sad. Oh well.
You're a barbarian.
Eliza, at this point, has already taken out her ink pen, an ink vial, and a sheet of paper.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. Obviously, Kavil can't sign it if you don't know how to forge your signature. But
I'm a Dekundirag. I should be able to just try and make some kind of... But I cannot forge something, but I can probably make a lot of legalese about it.
tell you what, give me the 50 gold, and if you sign me this promising note for 250 gold, we'll call it okay. Call it even. Because, of course, you know, I can't guarantee you're going to come out of there alive. Now, can I?
Why does that mean you get more?
Well, because I asked for 100 now, and then I get paid and I can run away. But for 50, they're going to know that I told you what's going on. And they're going to come for me. 50 gold's only going to buy me a couple of days. But if you survive, the risk to me, without having run away and staying, is so great that 250 gold will compensate for that.
A few days is enough time, and we're dependable.
We are quite dependable.
I mean, look at them, and I point towards Tool.
he looks at Thune.
He's very imposing and very dependable.
And Thune just looks at others. Why don't we just tie him up and leave him outside your house in case he doesn't want to help us?
And
So-
he's got good ideas.
So Thune, roll an intimidation check for me, and Fenris a persuasion. as you have this discussion in front of him, he looks from one of you to the other. He's like, and he looks like he's contemplating, like, you know, life or death. He's thinking about it so hard, and he's like, I might go with her option, actually. What was your option again? You're the nice one.
Yes.
I know. My option was I spit at you. I throw up at you.
Wait, no, that wasn't a good one. I could have sworn.
Well,
Could have sworn you promised.
50 now, 50 when we get back.
No, you were saying something about signing for the 250 right now, weren't you?
Oh, no. 50 now, 50 when we get back. You'll survive. Probably.
Well, I'd rather survive than get chewed up by him. Okay.
Good.
Right, you got yourself a deal then. Not the 250, just the 50 on the note. All right. Who's signing?
Now I
this?
get excited.
Your gesture to Eliza.
All right.
Oh.
And with a roll of 18 and a 17, he actually doesn't even argue as you pass it over to Eliza to sign.
guy.
Eliza does sign it.
All right.
Like the capricious little thing she is.
And as soon as you finish signing it, you put the pen down. He snatches it from the table as if hoping not you change your mind. And the gold?
How much does everybody have? She'll put down 20.
Okay.
I have 5 because I had to buy an arcane focus.
I have 15.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's 40.
And Thune has the rest.
The 10. Okay, so all of you cross off your gold as you sort of get together and 1, 2, 3, and every time you count a number and put 1 gold coin on the table, you can almost see him sort of like shrinking a millimeter at a time below the table. As you count out 50, he's trying to hide from everybody. And eventually, as you get to the 50, he's like salivating and just so impatient and sweating. He like dives forward and grabs the money, making sure no one looks. All right.
Whom puts his hand over it? First information.
Damn it. All right. Fine. So, right. My cousin, Benny, right? He works in the kitchen at the Boromar Villa. Now, I've done a couple of jobs on the side for these people. You know what they're like. These, you know, some people call them mafia. Other people call them a family. Some of them a guild. I don't know if cult is a good, but you know what the Boromars are like. You get in their way and they end you. So, anyway, I've done a couple of jobs for these well-paying gentlemen. Yeah, there we go. Freelance a little bit as an informant for the watch, you know, just to make sure that if I get into trouble, I've always got a way out, you know. That's good old me. Anyway, so, like I say, my cousin Benny is a cook in the villa, yeah? I get to see him on occasions when I go down and pick up a job or, you know, have to talk to the bosses or something. Yeah. Anyway, so Benny comes to me, right? We had a drink here last night. He comes to me and he tells me he overheard a conversation that a letter has just arrived from Farheath, and it was to do with the murder that was in Skyfall. So, you know, of course, being a diligent citizen of the city, you know, with something on my mind, I went to Watchman Kavil, who paid me 20 gold for the information. Thank you very much, because that was hard work, that was, listening. So, this letter is staying for the next couple of days at this villa. They're expecting some bigwig to come over and to take it back somewhere else. Because it's leaving the city, you see. Whatever is on there, the Boromars are sharing it with the other cities to make, you know, plans. Right, what I know is it's stored in the villa, in the safe. But the safe is warded with magic. So, you're either going to need a good key or a good thief to open it. I hear that the safe is down in the basement. And Benny tells me that there's a secret door that leads down to the basement as well. And he says it's in the councillor's office. That's what he's told me. You'll be happy to know that tomorrow night the council is hosting a party. It's a celebration of talent and culture, you know, so there's going to be about 40 people, 40 guests invited there, mostly wealthy business folk, but there's some members of the city administration as well there, you know, bigwigs. We've heard that they might be arranging to take the message away, that letter, the morning after. So you've got about a day and a half, 2 days before you get to the party, or at least you can have time to maybe scout out the villa, or even try and break in now, you know? Yeah. I'm sure you could do that. What else do you need to know?
So let me see if I get everything. Where did you say the villa was?
Oh yeah, I didn't, but I tell you what, I can do that, and I can sketch you a plan of the villa from my knowledge going in for another 30 gold.
I just retract 50 gold and says, you already getting paid for the information.
Yeah, exactly. That's why for an extra 30 gold you get information and you get a map.
The map is the information.
What? Information
Yes.
is passing of word of mouth. Information is knowledge. A map is a picture. I'm going to give you information and art.
It's not art.
Alright, what if one of my friends here holds down a paper, another one grabs a pen, you describe exactly where each room would be, their sizes, and we'll write it down. Word of mouth.
That would kind of defeat the purpose of getting paid, wouldn't it? I mean,
Do you want
then
me
I'd have to pay
throw
you
upon
to be a
It's quite
scribe.
unpleasant.
And John, I want you to roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Oh, +0. 10.
Oh.
A 10. And because Fenrir jumped in, I'll give you advantage on that persuasion. Unless she wants to roll intimidation.
Oh, that's alright. I like frightening people to throw up on them.
I kind of want my gold. And he looks around, he's like, I should have made sure I had the 50 in my pocket first. Alright, 10. An extra 10 gold. I mean,
We can do that.
that's cutting my own arm off.
We can arrange that.
It is.
An extra 10 gold? Excellent. Alright.
And an arm cut off.
What? No, you're missing the point. The point is to
I
pay
like
me.
that idea. We could sell it too.
And because you haven't actually rolled before, have you, Thune? I mean,
I did roll intimidation if that's what you're talking about before 17.
then go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Sure.
I'll probably give you
Really
advantage
try.
because
Persuasion.
yeah, go ahead and take advantage because you intimidated him the last time.
Oh, 2 5s.
2 5. That's crazy.
While this is going on,
Yeah.
can I cast Charm Person, please? I'm beginning
Oh, finally.
getting too tired of this charade. This little asshat.
He just wants to get paid.
You can't
Yeah, and
pay.
I want the information, darling.
We are running out of gold to give it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Charm person. I think he only gets
Blanket?
wisdom save, is it?
Yeah, he does. There you go.
What's the DC? Ah, 13 or 18.
Oh, 18 at level 2
13.
would be wild.
Can you imagine? Oh,
Damn it. But he doesn't know he has the spell cast on him. Too bad. But I can give it a try.
So if he's failed, nothing
It's
happens.
only if it works on him. It's only if it works on him that he realizes he's been charmed afterwards.
Okay, cool.
That was just softly in the background while this is going on.
So, 10 gold pieces? Come on, that's fair, isn't it? I mean, you're not really gonna kill me, are you, big guy?
No. But
I'll tell you what.
removing wounds?
I will
Yeah.
give it to you if you just give me the 50 on the table now. Trust me, you look at you. Your legs are like twice as long as mine. I can't outrun you. Plus, I'm going to be weighed down by 50 gold. Where am I going?
Andrew shakes her head. Just give us the map.
God, you people drive a hard bargain. 2 more gold and I'll give it to you.
She just chucks 2 gold at his face.
Woohoo! Small wins, my kids will be happy. Okay. And he leans over and he... pen and paper, please, young darling. Eliza, that was your name. Pen and paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I need to find the map now. And the chat box. Okay. So
If you don't have an intense hatred to halflings by the end of this, you have misunderstood what this campaign is trying to do.
I already do.
alright, so let's go into the Eberron chat. Okay. Way, it worked. Alright, so I've added in a couple of things, yeah? On the night of the gala, the night of the ball, there's gonna be fireworks over here. Yeah? This is the outside, the garden area. There's a large dining room, and when you come in, the basement entrance is just on the right. Apparently the secret door is around there. Now I haven't seen it, I haven't used it before, but it's there, okay? Now this sketch is accurate to the minute detail. It's uncanny how accurate this is, which is why it was worth 30 gold. But okay, 2 is fine. Then if you go upstairs, yeah, the second floor, there's a room with books. Now I don't know who these people think they are, but why would you let books take over an entire room? And there is something I heard MBR in the room up top over there. Yeah. It seemed important. Don't know exactly what it is, but it's worth checking out.
Bedroom.
Oh, I think that might be it.
You know, all you worker types have all these kind of funny names for things that you have no idea about how it works.
You must be noble.
No, just patronizing.
Same thing, isn't it?
Oh, darling, you have no idea.
Alright. You're right, actually. I don't have any idea. I'm not noble myself. And then
I would never have guessed.
and then he shakes off his head as if he's like just daydreaming to himself, and he's like, okay, so here's the good stuff, right? There are 12 guards on the premises at the moment. And I've had drinks with the head of security. He's an old halfling, fought in the war, tough little bastard. Splinter. Jerry Splinter. That's him. Yeah. Rather chop your nose off than share a drink with you.
Sounds menacing, this Jerry.
Yeah, but he's got a nose for drink. He's either on the weed or he's on the booze, you know?
Mm.
So, yeah. Jerry's an interesting one, but he's a bit prone to violence. And the gala is tomorrow night, so just be wary inside. I didn't tell you. And he gives you the location of the villa, which is in Middle Jura, obviously above the scummy area. There's a garden that's surrounding the premises as well, so I think it's about 30 feet to 50 feet to the walls if you don't go in the front entrance. Easily climbable. Watch out for the spiky plants. They'll trap you. There was one other thing. I heard a rumor that there's another outfit that are operating, and they've had a couple of run-ins with Boromars, I have to say. I heard that they were planning to bomb the party after the fireworks go off. And if I'm thinking what they're thinking, an insidious device, that Talenta Palace is built on halfling wooden bones. That place would go up like candlelight, I tell you. If you're looking to get that letter, it better be before the end of the ball. If they burn that place down to the ground, I don't think anything's going to survive in there. Yeah. You've probably not heard of the Dusk Syndicate, but they're from up north, the moorlands behind us. Not the moorlands, the place where all them monster beasts come from. Apparently they're another criminal outfit from up there that are the enemies of the Boromars, so I believe those rumours when I hear them all the time. I ain't going no near where that place. Nowhere near. Can I have my gold now, please?
Oh, as per the contract.
I suppose.
Oh, mighty generous, mighty generous. What do you say, big guy?
As I slide it over, I try to take back my 10 without you noticing.
Roll sleight of hand, would you?
No, I
Okay.
can't do that. I don't know what you do.
Oh my god.
Never mind.
1 second now. I want to make sure I just get the right statistics. Because he has to roll a contested perception, or you have to beat his passive perception, yeah?
Probably, yeah.
That's a perception, yeah.
Okay, well that definitely... I mean, look, that beats his passive perception, which is 16. So it's already quite high. And 10 gold is quite a lot. However, he doesn't notice as you slowly chink, 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 pocket the coins down. Are you wearing sleeves?
No, I think I'm just very hairy.
Very hairy. So you just palm them in between your fingers that are easily covered by lots of hair. Alright, and you managed to get them in. And given the length of time you had counting the coins out, he doesn't even bother to count. He just puts his arm over the table, opens up his trousers, and then you hear the coins chink into his pants, then quickly closes it and makes sure no one's heard. And clearly the other patrons have seen this exchange, but they're all trying to avoid looking this way as much as possible. Right, well, good luck. I'll keep an eye out to collect all that other 50 gold from my note, thank you. Looks around, looks left, looks right, and slowly backs out of the pub and opens the door, and as soon as it closes in the windows, you can just see him bolting down the street. Ching, 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 as he's running along, his pockets jingling.
If so much as a corner of that map is wrong, I'm gonna rip his arm off. if I see him again.
I'll hold him down.
I'll sell the arm for the highest bidder.
Absolutely brutal. Have you ever considered a career in theatre?
Hello? You disappeared.
Career in theatre, darling.
Who's
Have you ever considered it?
No. Maybe I should. Maybe we should.
Sure, it would pay more than this job.
Hmm. And I am almost officially out of gold.
I am out of gold.
Boone just has a big smile on his face.
What are you laughing at?
Why did you pay him so much?
Unless you actually had plans to take him out back and, you know, my emotion with my arm in like a swing.
No, but
We'll do that
we
one.
could have just kept it all if we wanted to. What would you have done? Not work with us in the future? Sure. Warn the guys? Maybe. But we could just tie him up.
We'll do it when we next see him. And maybe he'll have more gold on him.
Nah.
You know that I can convince Ron to break his legs.
So, what now? I look at the others.
I suppose we need
He
to find
said
a
we
way
needed an
in.
exceptional good. We needed an exceptionally good thief. Now I don't have any thieves' tools on me, but I know who does.
Yeah, where is Brune when you need him?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll just get back to the store and shake him down for his.
You know how
to use them?
Oh, darling, of course I do. I'm a Kundrag, remember? And Eliza flicks her hair. That is obviously most of it is just inside that hat she's wearing on the picture.
I shudder to think what she uses those skills for.
Oh dear.
Where did they say the key was? Or did he?
He didn't say anything. He said that the master bedroom was important. He said there was 12 guards and there was spiky evil plants and that there was a first floor secret door somewhere at the X. I think that was the gist of it, right?
Yeah. Definitely trapped.
Yes.
And what's the plan? Should we just go in straight away, beat up the guards and get it, or wait?
Not to be rude, darling, but you and our lovely female friend here stick out like sore thumbs if we have to pretend to be city officials. On the other hand, they might be more busy looking at each other when the party is going and everyone is drunk.
I don't think our attire would really suit, and after that exchange, we don't have much to buy some with either.
I have some gold if we need to buy, but you can borrow from me. Or buy my drinks for the eternity.
You're really getting a hang of this business really quickly.
I have some nice clothes. But we need to find a way in. Would I be able to use my background to maybe get us in?
Your nobility,
Yeah. Or
it depends what you need. You could definitely try, yes. Or even find out what you need to get in. You could use your you could reach out to somebody.
paying a feat. You can always find a place to perform, usually in an inn and tavern, but possibly with a circuit at a theatre or even in a noble's court. So I also have. But I don't know if you want Eliza performing if she has to open the door.
Probably not. No. Yeah, yeah, I'd like to. Vendrick would like to try and I guess talk to a few people and see what they need to get in, like to get on the list, or maybe even get in as staff.
Okay.
Or half and half.
Nobility.
Either one.
I just want to see. I mean,
You want me to post the feature?
yes, because I want to know if it's going to
it's
need a
really
roll.
Fine.
Oh my god, this is really long. I'll send it to Game Log, it's just very long.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
It's
damn,
very
that's
long.
long.
Yeah. I thought it would only post like the feature bit, but then it had like
But
all the other
it
stuff.
has the retainer stuff as well, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the... No, it's not the variant. Yeah,
Oh, it's...
position of privilege.
Yeah, where am I reading position of privilege?
It's below the skill proficiencies, I guess.
Oh, it's so
Above
long it went
variant...
right to the bottom, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're noble bird. People are inclined to think the best of you. You're welcome in high society, and people assume you have the right to be wherever you are. The common folk makes every effort to accommodate you and avoid your displeasure, and other people of high birth treat you as a member of the same social sphere.
Yes.
You can secure an audience with a local noble if you need to.
There we go. That's the only sentence I was interested in. So, okay. In which case, roll a d6 for me. Okay, so it will take you 3 hours to talk to your contacts, to find out exactly where this party is, what's required, to just get the word on the streets, basically.
And if necessary, just put in that Eliza can perform for them, and you're offering that in exchange.
Oh, we could cut that down to 5 minutes. Just roll a performance check for me and get a nat 20.
Yeah, I won't.
Oh yeah, so far side. Are you guys gonna go and scout around and talk to nobles in the meantime? Who else wants to do something different?
I was just gonna go over and steal Bron's thieves' tools and take them with me as a lighter. It's the only thing I can think of right now.
Okay, so you're gonna get thieves' tools. So
yeah.
So how long do we have until the party? It's like 24 hours or
36
We're
really.
gonna have to
36.
Yeah, maybe even almost 48. I would probably say around easily 45 really, because if you think about it, the party's in the evening and it's still morning-ish. Yes, I'd say a good 40 to 45.
Good. Question is what we could do.
What do you know about the party? We know that it's Talenta-based.
Mm-hmm.
We know that every sort of like upper society could be there. Wouldn't it be ideal to go to House Orion and ask them if they can get us in? If they are invited to the party, any of their officials, that they can get us in.
Would they be invited if it's to when they're guarding their type of documents?
I mean, they don't know it's there. They don't know. House Orion doesn't know that it's there. It's not like the big. I hope not that it's like a big auction of this paper, but it doesn't seem like that it's going to be that the House Orion would know that their paper is even there. So if they are invited just as a pretense, does it matter? I mean, we could ask if they're on the guest list and see if they can get us in.
Doesn't hurt to ask. I can be your bodyguard.
And John can act as sorry,
Butler.
it's no. Well, yeah, for you because you're the noble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be my butler.
Not butler necessary. I was more looking for bodyguard, but okay.
Butler.
He goes
In
with me everywhere.
appearances only.
I deserve a real butler.
Well, then
You
go
know
get
how
one.
long I've been without one?
Surely you could ask your parents to, lend one.
That involves talking to them.
Okay.
Get over it.
Okay.
No.
It can be harsh eating from that silver spoon.
You and your highborn issues.
Yes, but we do get over them. No, come along.
So then it sounds like you guys are going to do a bit of research before you go, and your plan is to go to the party?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I
We're
think so.
going to a party.
Okay, so for the next couple of hours then, Fendrith, you sort of lead the party towards the upper reaches of Shan, and you mingle around and ask a couple of questions. You, from your noble background, you straight away find out this is definitely a Boromar party. It's at the Boromar Villa, the household, which is based in Little Plains. You've heard some tales tell that the villa itself is actually everything inside it and everything it was made with comes from the Talenta Plains itself. You also find out that the counselor, the head of the Boromar family, or the head of the Boromar family, she is the host of the party. There are 40 guests on the invited list. You understand that they have hired a band, so, spared no expense. They are looking to hire cooks for the event tomorrow night as well. They're short-staffed. And you've heard that there are some visiting dignitaries as well, but you haven't quite got the list yet. You've heard that the party is mainly based on or for noble families who have got lots of money, who are merchants, a lot of, as well as some people who just want to mingle. The word on the street is the Boromars are wealthy, old, but they came into their wealth through violence, basically, and extortion. They're very well known for keeping the dirty, dark secrets of Shan on a payroll. During those 3 hours then, why doesn't everybody else you can either make an investigation or a persuasion check for me as you roam around the streets and listen to some of the conversation and try and pick up tidbits. Anyone who's just going to be listening in on them, just roll investigation for me. And anyone who is going to be walking around asking some questions, you can roll persuasion.
For this, Eliza is gonna inspire Boom, so you can roll an extra d6, I think it is.
For listening?
I'm going to say, is that a spell?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, okay, so you're just going to be doing... So we're not looking... This is over the course of 3 hours.
Okay, so I cannot... Because it's only for 10 minutes and it's only one roll. That's
Yeah.
the point of the... Yeah, okay. So I cannot do that. Bugger.
But
Well,
you could
I'm-
give up your time and offer your role up to Thune as advantage if you wanted.
yeah, easily. Let's do that.
We should talk to people instead.
Oh, should I talk to people? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that. See, that didn't help. Liza is notoriously bad at this. Like, she should just retire altogether. Like,
You need to exchange that die, that digital die.
yeah, you need to change the skin on that. 100% agree.
Go for a red one.
so we have John rolling, or you just...
John rolled the best.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see.
Okay.
We're all extremely focused.
So, and everyone got below 10.
Incredible.
I know.
Below 80 then.
So what you do uncover is confirmation that the kitchen is actually hiring temporary servers for the event. The restaurant there is a restaurant supplying all of the food, and you've heard tell that the owner of the restaurant is a guy by the name of Big Mondo.
Big Mondo. Was that someone we had met before?
We owe him a favor already. He's the guy we've met at the Talento restaurant that was basically speaking like Godfather.
Yeah, you got
It
it.
was him. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I like him.
I ask you for a favor. If you tell me, I give you a favor.
So how
What did
many
we
favors are we
miss?
gonna owe this guy by the end of this, you know?
Oh,
Unless you want to solve your favor by being a delivery boy for him, which I don't think he will appreciate is enough.
no. So Rachel and Yanis, you guys missed the Godfather, the meeting in the restaurant.
Yep.
100%. You know, queues of people asking for, can I have your blessing, Godfather? They were in a halfling restaurant the last time.
Oh my god.
Did you bring me any cannoli? No.
And none of them cracked when I was talking like that as well.
Nope.
I couldn't get any of them to crack. Damn it. So yeah, it's the same guy. The event is being catered for by your friendly Godfather. You also get confirmation that yes, indeed, the information from Fendrith is correct. It's a private invitation required event. And based on the map, you know that there is going to be a fireworks show. That is run by Leroy's Spark and Blast, which is planned for late into the evening, definitely sometime after midnight. You've heard that there's a fireworks show. Okay. While you guys think about that, let me suggest us taking our break.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then you guys can you can discuss and talk about your plan. So,
Nice.
right guys, 5 past, so let's call it 15. We'll see you back at 20 past.
Okie dokie.
Wicked.
Yeah, Saka isn't here.
Go on. Okay. I need to go and turn some lights on around the house, so I'll be back in a second.
We'll see each other in a minute.
So we want to break in at the Boromar's main house. But Big Mondo is a part of Boromar, right?
Yes.
So if we would go to him, we can't say we need a favor to intrude here.
Yeah, exactly.
We could also just do a trade with them. Because we know that there's a bombing gonna go on. Isn't there?
That's very true.
We can trade that information for some help getting in there. But on the other hand, he is Boromar, and stealing from Boromar is probably not a good idea with him knowing.
No, we could get in there and get out without anyone knowing if it burns down, but we could also talk to him and say we could try to prevent the burning and also try to steal that at the same time.
It's possible.
Or just say we are looking for a job. We are willing to help with the dishes or whatever. We heard you're looking for help.
Yeah.
At least one of us could do that. Maybe Jon. The butler.
The
Yeah.
butler.
But I don't know if we can get in any other way anyway, so then it might not matter.
With invitation, and there's a guest list probably, as from what we could understand
Yeah.
from talking to the nobles.
Would it be possible to put us on the guest list? Or whether
What's
Bit
your which one's higher, your charisma or your wisdom?
Oh, definitely my charisma.
Roll
I mean-
a charisma check for me.
Oh boy. My charisma is not.
Oh!
Oh my god. There was that 20 you asked for earlier.
A natural 20. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's- Holy cow. Okay. So, you pretty much know that a closed guest list, being able to add somebody on, you'd either have to knock someone off, intimidate or persuade them to give you their ticket, or, given that you understand a little bit more of the shady side of the business, you could always go down forging your own document and just bribing a few people along the way. You know, you might just have to bribe one or two people, change a guest list here and there. It shouldn't be too much, but the problem is it's going to cost you. If you could bring yourself to be seen working in a kitchen, going out and posing as kitchen workers could get you in without an invitation. Alternatively, you could always knock somebody off of the get list and take their place and create a disguise.
Does she know who's on the guest list?
You could get a rough indication. Because you don't travel in halfling circles, you would need to probably spend a full day researching.
Oh god, it's all halflings.
The majority of them are halflings, yes. There's a few people here and there on the guest list that you haven't heard of because they must come from out of this area, out of the city for certain, and they don't have the race of people listed, but just purely based on living in this city, you know that 70% of the guest list is halfling.
Mm-hmm. So the safest option is through the kitchen, and if we had the money, the other option is forging.
Yeah,
I'm
but
bluffing our way.
the thing is, people will not pay attention to you when you're a servant. Do you ever pay attention to your servant when they're meddling about? Clearly not.
I suppose I can.
Depends if you're happy with their work.
Maybe I'll paint myself white.
Nicholas,
We can work in a kitchen. It's the most likely option.
Well, what was that fellow's name again? Big Mondo? Let's go have a talk with him then.
Yeah.
What you planning to say?
Do I have to do that twice, darling? Just trust me, will you?
Okay.
So do you head off to Big Mondo's restaurant?
Eliza does. I don't know if people are following, but she will.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Thune knows the way, because he's been there before. Are you going to pay your way with the sky cab, or are you going to just make your way down the floating lifts using public transport?
We're in the middle now? Middle dude?
Yes.
Then it
The
should be
sky
quite
cabs.
low.
The sky cabs needed a really big bribe to go to lower last time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let's walk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, heading towards the Lower Dura area, you slowly lead them down into Khalistan, where Big Mondo's restaurant is. Walking in the afternoon, it doesn't look as gloomy and as desperate as it does in the light. It actually has a certain charm to it, having been some of the first buildings put down here. They almost show you how old the city is. As you relish in the sunlit architecture, you eventually see the restaurant, the sign hanging off the swinging board. This is the place where, as accused murderers, you came down and had lunch with a syndicate leader, or at least a regional crime boss. And you didn't have to beat him up like you did his previous colleagues in the pub before. Walking in, you dip your head a little bit to get under the doorway, as tall as you are. There's a lot of hustle and bustle going on. In fact, now you've just realized you've seen a couple of sky cabs coming up and down from this restaurant, disappearing into the sky. Roll a perception check for me, please. Oh, dirty 20. Nice one. They definitely look like they are in the swing of preparing for something. Carts with food are stuffed into sky cabs as they're taken up. People are carrying bundles of what looks like some fabric inside. You can hear the jingle of cutlery and crockery as they're rushing out, waiting for other cabs to come down. As you stand in this small restaurant, in fact, I might even still have it listed up over here. This was the scene last time, wasn't it? Moving in, there are no patrons at all inside the restaurant. But there are a lot of staff moving about. They seem to be transporting all of their goods in and out. You don't see Big Mondo in here, Thune. Anyone?
Where is he? The big man.
Who are you talking to?
Ooh. Thune is the one that knows the man.
True.
Do we see anyone in there?
Yeah, you see staff that are carrying boxes of food and cutlery and crockery from the restaurant into a sky cab. You've seen this from above as you were coming down towards the restaurant, and you can tell straight away that they are sending equipment to and from a gig. They're in the middle of... Go on.
I grabbed the first guy walking past me,
Mm-hmm.
asking, Big Mundo, where?
Oh gosh, you are big. Big Mondo's gone up to, is it Middle Jura? Tess? Where's he gone? And she's like, that Talenta mansion, he's up there, he's sorting stuff out. Yes, he's gone there, to Little Plains. I believe it's in the Memphis Central.
I released the guy and said, Liza.
What?
We actually came to offer ourselves as chefs for the event. But I guess we have to speak with Big Mundo for that, yeah?
Oh, chefs or serving staff? Because it doesn't look like very many of you could be cooks. No disrespect. But
I like food.
Well, we do multiple things here.
yeah,
I'm very good at all of them.
okay, well,
So just a quick OC moment here. Is anyone have chef utensils as their, or cook utensils as their?
Absolutely not.
you do. That would be funny.
Okay. Who does? I have brewer supplies.
I don't think I got any kind of tools. I can play chess or something.
Nice.
I
Chess is always useful.
think it was chess. Something like that.
Well, then that's serving stuff. Yeah, that will do just fine. I do realize that this will require Thune to not drink the drinks that he's carrying around, but there we go.
Mm-hmm.
It would require what?
It will require you to not drink the drinks that you're bringing around to patrons. So, are we speaking with anyone here, or should we go see Big Mundo for this?
Oh, yeah, as you've been having your conversation, he's just been looking bewilderedly at you all. He's like, yeah, the missus is in the back. She does all of the staffing. She's arranging all of the, dare I say, catering. Yeah, just go on through to the kitchen. Mrs. Mondo. And he steps back and allows you to carry on walking through.
When they're walking by with food, are they in the closed crates or is there any food open?
No, they are only taking out ingredients. There is nothing that's cooked, and the crates are all closed, prepared for travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we?
So far, so good.
Alright, so do you move into the kitchens?
Yeah, this doesn't look like wooden floorboards, so I will definitely not destroy them as I walk on them. Through to the kitchen.
Okay. Whoops. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. We got two of the same. Not to worry though. So, as you move in towards the back of the kitchen, you take a look around and you can see that there's a couple of people busy packing crates or moving boxes, and a woman at the back in the south of the building appears to be overseeing everything. Halfling, well fed, dressed in very smart looking chef's whites, and she's got a little clipboard and sees you walking in and then looks up at you. Oh, yes? Can I help you?
New staff here. We would like an interview, if you would.
Oh, excellent. Well, I tell you what position are you interviewing for? We have a cook or a serving person.
So there's only one position for... Oh, that's interesting.
Oh no, we have multiple positions, darling. Which are you more acquainted with? Are you a experienced cook yourself?
You know what, I mostly do. I mostly do brewing myself, not cooking.
Oh,
So I would be more comfortable serving.
excellent. Maybe you can serve in one of the bars. Okay, great. Please just write your name down here.
She does, without
Alright.
question.
And here you go. She gives you 2 copper, and she says, "That's just for signing up. The job is tomorrow. You need to be here at midday in preparation for all of the catering. We will then transport the staff up to the mansion."
As you say, dear.
Brilliant.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Montu.
Excellent. Oh, gosh, there's some more behind you. Next! Oh, please do come this way.
Poon walks forward and says, "I'm good with drinks."
She looks you up and down and she's like, "Oh, yes. Well, you certainly do stand out, don't you? Oh, my goodness. And you're
He makes for quite
tall."
He makes for quite the exotic interior.
Oh,
Eliza quickly peeps her head in.
indeed. Yes, definitely a server. Top of the tree you are. Oh, gosh, what a specimen. Okay, just pop your name on this clipboard, please, and
He just signs with an X.
she hands you 2 copper. "Tomorrow at midday, please. Sharp." Ooh, those muscles will certainly get a workout. Right, next.
I would like to apply.
Oh, excellent. And is that as a server, or have you got experience in the kitchen?
Serving.
Excellent. Please, my dear, if you just put your name on this sheet of paper. Thank you.
Of course. She'll write down D for her name.
DD.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and here you go, DD. 2 copper. Of course, this is an advance on the salary, from tomorrow night's gig. 12 o'clock sharp, please.
Wonderful.
Any more? Next.
Yes,
Don't be
yes.
shy.
Also here for a serving position.
Oh, excellent. My, we do have a lot of keen servants. Fantastic. Oh, don't forget to put your name on the clipboard, please.
I will look forward to it, and I write my name down.
Tomorrow at 12 sharp. If you need someone to come and knock on your door and remind you, I can send Larry.
No, won't be necessary.
Okay. Just thought a friendly face. You look like you might.
No,
get bits on
it's
occasion.
okay.
All right. Well, here's your 2 copper, and that's tomorrow, midday sharp.
At 12 sharp.
That's the one. Thank you. Okay. Oh, excellent. Do you stand in the doorway, walk away?
Walk away. In shame.
And as you do, you hear, wow, we really do have some certainly upstanding servers for this gig. Ooh. Excellent. You guys make your way out of the pub. Paid in advance for a night serving. I would say that you have got most of the afternoon. It's only really peaking towards lunch, so you've got an entire 24 hours or more before you have to be at your new job.
When we have gone out, I will turn to the others. So, what clothes can the server wear?
Something plain.
Does this
Presentable.
work? I say, pointing at myself.
What is he wearing?
So,
A mail and 2 scimitars at his hips.
That's not really plain. There's like some of those people carrying stuff. Are they wearing like servantish stuff?
so
Or are they more wearing like...
no, they're all wearing. From looking around in the restaurant and watching them, you notice that they're all wearing uniform. I will tell you in a second. It is mainly plain whites. In fact, roll a perception check for me.
Boy, this is not my forte.
You can't just put your finger on it, but you know you've seen the serving uniform before, and just this morning.
Lenin, you know, I'm quite sure that we've seen this serving uniform before.
Who are you saying this to?
She'll like whisper it to the party.
To the party. Okay.
Where?
I'm not sure.
Why don't you, given this new information, you can all roll a perception check for me to see if you recognize. Wow.
Very good.
I don't hold out much hope for this competence tonight. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
That's wow. John, I mean, you come the closest. You know, you've definitely in the last, probably since breakfast. You know, you've seen. Look, you said it before. They all look the same. You know. But the things that stand out is, you know, what combination of clothes they wear, the color of their hair, that sort of stuff you get. You know you've seen a halfling wearing full white sometime at breakfast this morning.
You're right. I never forget an outfit. I swear I've seen this.
You call them, yeah.
Sometimes this morning. Since breakfast.
Who did we see at breakfast? What
We
was
saw
his
that
name?
little gentleman that I dragged over, and we saw a very weird man dressed in white.
Kavil,
And then
it
we
has
said,
to be. They are all wearing the police uniform.
Cavil's uniform. No, but Elise is on the track. You've
What
seen.
did you say?
if she's just too stupid to put it together.
Yeah.
A weird one in white?
Yes, the little man in the corner looked like a common worker except for the white clothes.
Do you think he works here?
It's possible, yes. I would know. And Eliza looks in at the waiting staff again and cannot see the resemblance.
No, but Fendrith, why don't you roll again for me? Seeing as the two of you have discussed this.
Oh, we got one.
You got one more. This is like 8, 9, 10. However, a 12 is barely what you need to connect the dots. Yeah, there was a guy all in white in the halfling pub that you were in this morning. Definitely you remember that. He definitely worked here. If you look, you can see the same cut in the uniform. You know, you can see the restaurant embroidered into the jacket, and you put 2 and 2 together.
You're saying he shouldn't show up for work this morning?
Why would he be up there instead of down here?
Waiting for us.
Probably. Looks like we have another thing to
Discuss that
watch out
seedy
for.
details with the. We did discuss this seedy details with the uncouth fellow. What was his name? Timber something. So if he overheard any of that, does he need to get to work tomorrow then?
Probably not.
Eliza's sort of pushing the narrative a bit.
Yeah.
I think he could do with losing a few arms.
What do you think?
We should go find him.
But his clothes will not fit us.
They might fit one of us.
No. Small clothes and everyone is medium.
Ah, damn.
Eliza's character, Eliza might be short, but she's probably as wide as she's short.
He is voluminous, yes, is the word.
The clothes would definitely not fit her.
No, but she is basically trying to suggest that he might need to be taken out before tomorrow if he knows we're there to steal shit.
Yeah. Yes. Well, clothes or not. I think you're right.
Either way, we need to get him so he doesn't have your name on him.
Indeed.
What are you talking about? It's 2 different people.
Wasn't
What Timber has doesn't matter. No, not Timber. The other guy.
Ah,
We can beat Timber up later. That is no concern right now.
Shall we go and find this gentleman?
Let's start asking him where he got this night's clothes, and then he can lead us there, and we can pummel him afterwards.
And sell his arms?
do you think he's still there?
Wait,
He's probably
Was that-
walking past right now.
yeah, he's probably gone by now. But we have to keep an eye on him if we see him. It's simply what we do.
Okay, so what are you going to do for the next... I mean, you've got half a day before it's night time.
We need to find some clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Should we ask Miss Mundo if they provide the clothes?
That's a good idea. Yes, we should.
Okay, who's going to head back to the kitchen?
I can spend
I can do that, and then ask if they have anything Thune size,
Yes.
because it's very difficult to find stuff in his size. Excuse me.
You disappeared.
So you go off on your own?
Oh, does it matter? Does it really matter to drag everyone in again? I mean, everyone can come in again. It just seems invasive to get in and out all the time.
Fendrick will go with you, and she'll just tell the others to stay exactly where they are.
Freeze!
Oh yeah, that's a great thing to tell Thune. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all know how that works.
Okay.
but also
excuse me,
keep
Miss Meadow.
an eye out for the guy they saw this morning wearing the white clothes in the inn.
Is anyone going to listen and keep an eye out?
Yeah.
Thune?
Thune will just walk up to the closest halfling in the right type of clothes and ask, "Are you the guy?"
Okay, both of you roll perception checks as the other two walk back to the kitchen inside the restaurant.
Close.
Okay, so, John, you spend however long it is looking around. Yeah, you know, when they're wearing these uniforms, they definitely look the same.
Yeah.
They're like lemmings or minions, you know, just running around. Okay. Thune, you grab the nearest person and, you know, he's soft, he's squishy, you could probably break him. You don't recognize anything different about this, and thinking back, you're not really sure if you remember exactly what the other guy looked like either. But you gave it a go.
I just release him.
Elise, you and Fendrith head back to the kitchen, and she's staring over a clipboard, putting little ticks. Oh, hello, dears.
To bother you, you wouldn't happen to have staff uniforms in the size of the big one. It is so difficult to find uniforms for, you know.
Oh, you underestimate us halflings, don't you? Don't you know we have some of the best seamstresses around? To answer your unanswered question, we do provide you with uniforms, and we have already sized up the big fella. We will judge.
Why, you people are fast.
Well, you know they don't call us halflings for nothing.
Well, you certainly don't do anything half, darling.
You took the words right out of my mouth. God, we are so alike, you and I.
Oh, yes, we do have to share a pie sometimes. I know that it's very unhealthy for employee relationship, but we simply must.
Yes. Let's see how you do in the job tomorrow night, sweetheart. And then we'll talk.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Alright, so your uniforms will be with you at 12 o'clock when you get here tomorrow. Sharp.
Perfect. Thank you.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Sorry again.
Right, so you, armed with your new information, you head out of the door.
Mm-hmm. Do we
Well, that is
see
practical.
Do we spot the guy while we're leaving?
You do not, no.
You guys are really after this guy, aren't you?
Yep. Can make some extra money selling his organs on the spot market.
Selling his corpse.
If you jingle down the streets with that many money in Lower Dura, you are probably dead already. Let's be fair. Just money in your trousers like that, yeah, you're gonna be stabbed on the way.
It is the place
Yep.
for it. So, it's about after lunchtime now. Got yourselves a new job. Know where you're headed. Some time to kill. What are you gonna do with it?
So what now?
Don't think we need to
Well,
prepare
since
for
we
the
get
serving.
we should also just take a look at the map again.
Yeah, we could do that. Why don't I change it quickly? Hold on. Voila.
So you can see where the kitchen is, and Eliza points with her fat fingers on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be serving out of here, probably into the garden and to the dining room. So we will be able to pass by the supposed secret door several times. And it seems like we will also pass by the door, the staircase to the upstairs. So we have the opportunity, but we don't know where the guards are, obviously.
Well, we'll just have to keep an eye out in that regard.
Yes. And we know that the captain of the guards like beer, so we can supply him heavily with that if we do trips between the kitchen and the living room and come across him standing an hour away.
And weed.
But I don't know if they have that in the kitchen.
We could always bring our own.
Well, I must admit my coin purse is a little light at the moment.
We have some gold that could get us by, potentially.
Well, if any one of you has sticky fingers, could also be an option.
They're sticky enough, but I don't want to get in trouble now.
Yet, no. So the plan is there's a key somewhere, supposedly either in the room with the books or in the master bedroom, that we need somehow to get into the secret door.
And the secret door would lead us to where?
But the vault is. Or the vault needs a key, or the secret door might also need a key. But
That's
either
nice.
way, we know.
I'm wondering, to get into the master bedroom, should we climb outdoors? Through the window? We climb up the stairs.
It looks like that. It looks like those windows that point to the master bedroom is out where the garden where the fireworks display is going to take place. It's probably not the wisest to climb up with those two.
What's the front of the... But it's the back of the house.
Yeah, but that is where the garden where the fireworks is going to be.
But-
You would be crawling up against the kitchen wall up to the master bedroom where everyone will be in the garden.
How far are there between the windows? Like 10
5
feet?
feet? 5 feet.
I can reach that.
Yeah, but you would still be crawling on the outside of the building where everyone can see you in the middle of the day. We are there at 12 o'clock, remember?
But when the firework is going on, it's night. So at some time during the party, it will be dark and everyone will be in the dining room.
Yes, perhaps.
It could work.
Question is if that's the best way of getting there, or if it's better to just walk up the stairs.
It is the backup. It is the backup if the guards are placed so we cannot get up there. That is probably the best.
It is likely that they will be placed so that we can't go up.
Yeah.
And I see no reason why they would let servants, staff, or guests go upstairs.
I mean, we can still offer them drink until they can hardly stop us from getting up there.
We could.
I mean,
There'll be
dwarves do
something
drink
in their
heavily,
drink.
but
That is assuming that every guard that we come across is feeling thirsty.
Well, we bring them.
they're always thirsty around me,
or-
darling.
We'll see that, I suppose.
It always works. If you give someone a drink, they drink. Trust me.
It's a
Speaking
dwarf.
from your
Of course
own
it does.
experience.
Huh?
Speaking from your own
Paul was the
experience.
best.
I do think it might be worth getting something a little extra just in case.
As for the fireworks, they provide a good distraction. Would we want that for the escape, or
The escape,
break
sure.
out?
Well, the explosion would be good cover for the escape. But
You
Is
will
there
have to
any-
do some of this on the fly, obviously.
I know that we're kind of discussing this semi in the open. Is anybody looking at them? Or watching us?
Wait, no, okay. I thought we had gone back to the shop.
No, we're like I imagine that we're like outside away from people, but I don't know if like there's anyone watching us. Have our little chinwag.
Roll a perception check for me.
Getting paranoid. Oh my god, I got one extra from last time.
Wow.
Really just 9, 10, 11,
Yeah.
12, 13.
So, you're standing outside this little halfling restaurant. You look around. The streets, it's lunchtime. The streets are full. You couldn't possibly tell with so many people around if anyone has been watching you for the duration. But as you look up, you don't see anybody trying to listen in or watch from your cursory glance.
Okay. She will look at the others and just say, it might be better to hash out the details away from others.
Let's get back to the store, darling. This is not the place.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess we'll go back up the lifts.
So, everyone agree?
Mhm.
You pop back up onto the lifts and you head back to your office. And they're locked behind the doors in the relative quiet. You hatch your plan, I guess. What are you going to do? What is your plan?
Something we might need to add to this. We won't be able to get the weapons in without hiding it in something, so we should probably get a crate to hide it in.
That's true. Mine are a bit too big to put in a crate.
What is it, darling?
She just gestures to her large great axe.
And you don't know how you missed it before because the hatch is like sticking up out of her shoulder. It's like
It's bigger than my axe, damn it!
it's bigger than you. I mean, wow. It's just, you know, so obvious now.
I can leave my weapons behind.
We can bring a hand axe if we can slip it in.
I mean, you can also borrow my battle axe if you like. And Eliza gestures to her axe, which is also quite hefty, but
meaty.
probably smaller than the great axe.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I don't. I read that completely wrong. It's a great sword, but
Oh,
same thing basically.
Oh well, yeah, still, yeah.
I saw great and I was like, yeah, great axe.
Yeah.
I think a great
It's one or the other.
would be shorter, but yeah.
Yeah.
We could probably bring it somehow.
Maybe if we wrap them up.
Like a salami.
Like a salami.
Yeah. I mean, you're a chef. Surely that's your salami cutter.
Very big salami cutter.
Yeah. If only you took the cooking utensils, eh? Or the chef skill.
I didn't get a choice.
I am actually going for the chef feats with Eliza, so this is kind of infuriating. I want to have it now.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, but it's funny.
You should have still gone for a cook. She wouldn't have checked if you knew how to cook.
Before I started poisoning everyone by not having the skill. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we should get some poison.
What?
Yes.
And kill the whole
I
building.
agree. No, for guards.
You are
And
putting
any particularly pushy nobles.
you are putting too much faith into having the guards drink.
No, you don't have to make them drink it. Just throw it in their face.
At that point, just stab them in the neck.
I mean, yeah, why not?
One thing led to another.
Not that this is as chaotic as it is having Ray here in a way. Like, it's just chaos.
I could just
Why
see
don't we-
the guard lying on the floor with the blood coming out of his neck. I only asked for a napkin.
Why don't we just get the whole gang together and do a full frontal assault? All 40 of us. As I imagine, when everyone is trying out different people,
Yeah,
we will be approximately 40 by then.
and I get you.
Idea. Yeah.
But that's once you've been through all those characters.
Oh, then we'd only need the
Problem-
last party, to be fair, level 20s over there.
There is a problem though. We know that the Boromar are watching us still.
Yes, that's true.
So we should also be careful that no accidents happen while we serve.
Then, rather than a lethal poison, just one that puts them to sleep. They'll wake up none the wiser.
I wish
Hopefully.
I imagine they'll realise that someone's roofied them.
By then it'll be too late.
They won't wake up none the wiser, though.
That's fine. Just
be
put
sure
on
you
some
don't get them
makeup.
dream leader. Yeah.
What are we gonna do with our little spy? The one that we saw at the inn.
Well, it's impossible to find him now. He will disappear during the dinner, if necessary. Isn't that easier? Instead of running around Sean trying to find him.
Definitely. We might see him in the morning.
Yeah, just beat him over the head, if necessary.
Well, start then we should get some poison. You know, anyway.
You mean a
I
sleeping
said, I
potion?
suggest that you don't. I
Poison.
suggest you don't get them dream lily.
question is how much that would cost.
I don't suppose any of you can actually make poison.
Well, I
It's
imagine
a shame that Brown
the
isn't
raw
here.
materials would still cost.
Back home, we usually just let an animal rot and put that on our scabbards and poison people by cutting them.
We don't have that luxury.
A rotting animal in the water supply can make a lot of people sick.
You've only got like 24 hours though.
Poisons are
Yep.
just expensive.
What if we were to roofie the drinks
Yeah.
for everybody? make them all hallucinate?
You would need a lot of gold for
This
that.
sounds more and more like a
Poison.
Blackadder plot.
The problem is we don't have any money. Your suggestion would
Why
make
is
our
it called,
situation only that much more dire.
Yeah,
Why
take
is it
some
called-
money.
why is it called a roofie if they end up on the floor?
Alright, Flory. Point still stands. That would be copious amounts of...
We have some funds, or we can go to other means of acquiring the poison.
Do you plan on carrying in a whole crate to supply an entire party?
Just need one that is concentrated.
I'm sure we'll find a settler that has a reasonable price for that in this.
Well, I'll make sure it's reasonable.
One moment you're all saying that stealing is off the table, the next you're suggesting manslaughter.
Only manslaughter if they don't cooperate.
My suggestion is that someone comes with me and we try to give drinks to the guards if they are at the staircase, yes?
Well,
And then
you-
we follow them. We ask if there's some others that need it upstairs as well. Someone comes with me, we infiltrate that way up, and then we try to get into the master bedroom and ask if they want drinks if there's anyone in there.
I imagine
If
you
there's
two
not,
would
we're gonna drop.
probably be most successful with that, and I point towards Fenrir as well.
Sure, but I'm still all for spicing up everybody's evening. But fine.
Oh,
You don't have to spice up a dwarf. You do know that we are resistant to poison, yes?
I meant the rest of them.
what can you get for 10 gold?
I don't
Not much. Probably some dream lily, but you don't want to make them stronger, will you?
So,
Only I had spells.
what are our plans then? Should we try
My
to get
suggestion
weapons
is-
in?
I think it might be
I think
worth
we should
trying.
try to get weapons in.
What weapons do we have, and can we still wear the armor?
I don't think you will get in with your armor on. Maybe you can hide it on the clothes, but they did sit rather tight on them, so I don't know if you will be able to. You could, of course, hide it in the chest, but I think it will take you a long time to get it on, if I'm not mistaken, right?
A little
And
bit.
I only say that because I have no idea what armor takes for heavy armor.
I will not remove my armor. Question is what weapons we can bring, and I will just take out all my weapons. In the end, you see 3 scimitars in front of you,
I also take my weapons.
a
You can
dagger,
see
2 hand axes.
Pendriff just takes her greatsword off her back, her halberd off her back, and her hand axes. And her javelins, I forgot about those.
Wow. Wow. A lot of sticks.
A lot of sticks. One is fine.
I give,
Isaac
give
takes
her
out a
the-
battle axe and a dagger.
Alright.
Don't worry about me. My music will carry anywhere.
and it can be deadly.
Oh, most gratifyingly so.
I was at one of her performances.
Sounds like a killer show.
You have no idea. No, really, you have no idea. Eliza can start singing and tentacles will sprout out from everywhere.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it is
God.
really dangerous.
Oh boy.
The beauty of phantomless warlocks, yeah. So let's start with the small weapons that is easier to hide, yes?
Well, your knife wouldn't be much of a problem.
I can keep that in my belt without anyone raising alarm, I think.
All the others may be a problem.
The hand axes, well, you can still use those. We can probably master those as for chopping wood for the fireplaces. They should not be difficult either. The battle axe and the greatsword, however, and the scimitars,
halberd.
and the halberd. I don't think we get the halberd.
As I said, they all don't need to. I can cope for the hand axe. Bringing the greatsword would be very useful, but limitations.
And we...
If we can get the battle axe, then you can keep that here for the evening.
Do you think we could leave the weapons close to the manor?
No.
We'd
If they have a
run
lot of
out and grab
security.
them all anyways.
There was
Someone
those
might find
plants in the
them.
garden. So if we run back and forth over the garden, we might be intercepted by those evil plants. The spiky plants, was it? But we shouldn't. If we can get in scot-free, we should not start running out in the garden, I think.
Take the small ones then.
So can we just compile a list of what that is in the Discord or something? Just so because I have lost track of some of it.
Yeah.
So there's 2 hand axes.
Yep.
But
we can just only bring one.
We have them, but yeah.
No, but I just need to know what we then have in there. So you have 4 hand axes because you have 2 and Rachel has 2, right?
I think a hand axe and a scimitar might be similar length, actually. Based on weight. Maybe a scimitar is a bit longer.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can decide what you smuggle in. I'm just thinking that I will probably only bring the dagger, but offering my battle axe +1.
How big is the battle axe?
Good question. I don't know. Would you want to weigh in there, Stefan?
About your battle axe?
Yeah, how big is it?
I mean, it's not a great axe, is it? So, what are we talking about?
One-handed. It's one-handed, but
One-handed
versatile.
battle axe. I mean, 4 foot, maybe 5. It's
the size of Eliza, basically.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it depends where you're... For you, it sticks out as well. You're just 3 foot tall. But it depends on where your center of gravity is as well. If you're going to swing it two-handed, then something longer would make sense for you. But if you're going to fight with a shield and a battle axe, it'll be closer to the 4 foot.
It's not going to do that, no, yeah. He only wears those for Valkyrie performances.
Yeah. It's gonna looking around. I tell you what. Why don't you all roll a perception or an investigation for me? You need a DC 16. So Rachel, you have 2 rolls.
Finally!
What?
Yes.
Fucking finally!
Ooh, 16.
Fucking finally!
Wow.
Investigation. I don't have a negative on
Investigation
investigation.
or what?
Finally.
Holy cow. Okay.
Investigation or perception?
And
Perception.
Thune.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Thune is still rolling crap. Thune, looking around, you definitely know if the uniform is going to be slightly skin tight on you. There's no way you can smuggle in a weapon, even if it was just a dagger. If they get your size even wrong, and they won't let you in with armor. You can't pose as a server in armor. You might have to find a different job. Eliza, your background's noble. Is anyone a rogue or got like a street urchin background or anything?
Nope.
Closest I have to is knowledge of disguise kit, but I don't have a disguise kit.
Yeah. So, you could easily create a disguise for very little money to get in. Being able to disguise weapons, though, I don't think you're going to get anything as servers. John, and actually Fendrith, you're more of a barbarian. When you look at things head on with an 18, you know to first gather as much information. You haven't even seen if there are any guards on patrol and what the grounds look like. With your background as a barbarian, a combat fighter, it would be good for you to size up what this place looks like, maybe even scout it out before you go in. And John, yeah, scouting the area is probably something that will pop to mind. What else? Although, John, I think with that role, you'll know that anyone higher than a human is probably going to stick out, so you're not even sure if you'll be able to fit into the house, given it's a halfling-sized house.
Wow. I won't be the biggest problem, at least, when it comes to that.
That's true. Fendrith's sword will be.
Well then, shall we go take a look?
I think it might be worth a go. Know what we're getting into.
I agree.
Maybe. Just give me a second. Putting back all the weapons.
If you see Big Mondo, do point him out to us, will you?
It's the guy with the puffy cheeks.
Uh-huh.
Fendrith will put her weapons all back as well.
I take my halberd, and I take my greatsword, and I take my... there was this wonderful, chicken joke recently, but yeah, oh god. Yeah. So, are we on our way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so, where are you headed to?
What's it called again?
We know that it's in Middle Dura, and we know that it was, it was called Little Plains. So we can probably ask our way there. If we know that it's
Why
called
don't
Little
I
Plains.
why don't I bring up the map for you so you can see?
Thank you. It's there, Little Plains, right there. There is even a religious symbol above, so it's a sovereign host area. Right there next to Smoky Towers. Right above the middle Tabix landing. If you go straight up from the M there. Little Plains.
Yep, so, Little Plains it is. Which is not a far shot from where your shop is. You potentially could walk there in about an hour without having to pay for public transport or any other transport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
We have 12 hours left, right? Before we have to meet.
Basically, yeah, you're meeting at lunch tomorrow and it's slowly passing into afternoon now.
Hmm.
So by the time you get there, the area around will be dimmer because the sun is slowly going down and moving past the towers and everything, so there'll be bits of light peeking through. It won't be pitch black, but then, of course, Shan is a city of lights, so it's always bright around here. But you should get there, leaving now, say 4 o'clock in the afternoon, comparatively.
Let's get going.
Alright, so as you cross from your shop in Harris Folly, you cross over a great big gorge on a bridge, moving through between Dragon Towers and Ambassador Towers towards Sword Point. You get to the next bridge and cross over into Everbright. You pass by lots of people moving about, travelling in sky coaches. Everyone roll a perception check for me, please.
Hard jokes on you, I don't do perception.
Neither does Thune.
See, I don't do perception. Eliza is short-sighted, I told you. And dim.
I would say she doesn't have any eyes with that roll.
Nope.
So,
She's
then,
just so excited.
Fendrith, you're really the only person that notices, as you're walking through, you appear to have picked up a tail.
She'll like bump into Eliza and just say, "Oh, sorry. It appears we have a tail." She'll say it very, very quietly.
Wait about it, dear. We'll try that. We'll deal with that in just a moment. Oh, I think we have to go this way. And the first corner that Eliza comes to, she will try to steer the group that way.
Yep, she'll go with it.
Is everyone okay with that?
I'm 1 second.
Yeah, I think Giannis says he's just be right back in.
Toon saw it. He joins.
And when Eliza and the group, if people follow her, when they turn the corner, she will quickly turn around, grab her arcane crystal, and cast Silent Image, as if it's just a wall with the same bricks that they have turned down.
Oh.
So they have turned down a road, and then she just makes a wall down that alleyway, so it looks like you cannot pass through. And then she sort of like quickly tries to rush people further down, so we can try to lose the tail.
Okay. Well, firstly, roll it a sleight of hand. Okay, so Eliza is not quite that good at hiding what she's doing. Let's just do that.
It's singing when she's casting spells, so yeah, probably not.
That would probably put you at disadvantage, really, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move around to the side. There's two of them as they pass by, and they walk up and almost step into this illusionary wall in front of them, and they stop and look around. One looks behind them. They carry on going down, but yeah, they're stumped. Eventually they then turn around and slowly exit and disappear around separate corners.
Did I manage to catch a glimpse of kind of what they looked like or what they were wearing when she spotted them, or is it just that she knew that there was like someone following them?
With your 14, you made out that they were halflings. They looked a little bit rough. You don't recognize any of them though, but you've seen their kind around. You weren't in the last episode, but from your knowledge growing up here, yeah, you recognize the Boromar seal. They definitely work for the Boromars as they're passing you.
Surely into the others. Well, you may have avoided them, but they do work for the Boromars.
Unfortunately, that thing should only hold them for about 10 minutes. Or less, if they figure out there isn't a wall there, so we should probably hurry.
Yes. And we should be subtle about it.
So where are you off to?
Now we've turned the corner sort of randomly. We might have to figure out the route sort of like naturally without going back the same way. So I guess we have to roll survival or something for that. Because Eliza's basically steered them down some random road.
Yep, that's correct. Go ahead.
Let's start with that.
Let's start with that.
Eliza or anyone else?
Well, Eliza, seeing as you brought it up first.
Damn. Oh well, Eliza is fine, I think.
She can't see for anything, but she knows her direction, her sense is spot on. Yeah, no, you managed to find your way out. You don't appear lost at all. And you're going where exactly?
Plains to the Boromar Manor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but we're going towards the Boromar Manor to scout it out, right?
True. What is the manor called?
I can't remember what it was called.
Right. Soon let those sort of important things be remembered by others.
You managed to make your way to Little Plains, kind of recalling you don't know what the name of the manor was.
Oh.
Another hour goes by as you're quietly contemplating what to do.
I mean, wasn't it Boromar Manor?
Cannot remember at all. How big is Little Plains?
Okay, so You could probably walk around Little Plains in half an hour. There are approximately 16 houses in Little Plains, or 16 blocks. You look around as you get there.
We're looking for a place that is transporting a lot of food. I mean, that must be something we can look for. Like, we know who's transporting food because they all look the same. We just ask John when he sees a lot of people looking the same.
Looking around, you realize you are in a halfling neighborhood. It's fast approaching dinner time. There are quite a few people coming and going as the sun slowly starts to set. Yeah, there's a lot of halflings around.
Or like a villa that looks quite well guarded compared to the others.
Could do.
Do the Boromars have
Also
like a...
we could also follow the sky coaches because they have been coming and going incessantly.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Boromars have like a family crest or something?
They do.
Do we know what it looks like?
Yeah, you've obviously seen the symbol on the guys that were following.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we look for that while wandering around?
Yeah, you can do that.
And the guards and the, I guess maybe extra activity.
So then, for you, roll a perception check for me.
Oh god.
And I think it was Eliza roll an investigation check for me.
About 16.
Okay. Looking around, it is a halfling neighborhood. The people they dress quite the same, well-to-do. There's sky coaches coming and going given the time of day. But you definitely know there would be something unique about where you are going that nothing else has. And then that reminds you, we could always look for the shape of the building and just see if we recognize like that back garden with a big area where the fireworks are supposed to be. Maybe they've set up before. So with your investigation, you look around, and you start making your way through half of it as Fenrir starts looking around for common signs for the crest, and almost around the exact same time, you both see something familiar that rings a bell. You look at each other and you go, "Found it! Found it! Everyone!" And there you see a manor. It is on the corner of the street. It is a 2-story manor which is made out of wood and bone. As you get closer, you can realize that the bone, they're almost like panels into the woodwork, and into them are carved dinosaurs, clearly dinosaurs from the Talenta Plains. Whilst expensive, it looks terribly garish. Very much so. You've definitely found the place of like a crime syndicate boss. 100%. It's evening around this time. Who's got a good survival or investigation check for me? Who's got a really strong one?
I'm a +3 survival.
Yeah, okay.
Do investigation.
That'll make sense, Thune. Go ahead and roll.
But I roll shit.
Alright, so look, the house is on a street which is reasonably well lit in front of it. You can see that there is a porch leading up to the house, and it's surrounded by bushes. Being on the corner, there's a little bit of like landscape around where it is, but you could make your way up and sneakily sort of settle in a good distance away and still watch the comings and goings for a little while, if that's what your intention is.
Should we?
Well, we are sticking out like a sore thumb on the street, so we should probably find a place to
Agreed.
yeah.
To hide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there like a cafe or anything nearby that has outside seating or anything?
Ooh, roll a perception check for me. Anyone else who wants to hide, you can roll a stealth check for me.
So bad.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
We are sticking out like a sore thumb. I told you.
Oh my god, this is so
God.
bad. All the times we're in that one.
So Fendrith standing around you like, hiding would be a good option. And you can see like shrubbery across the road on the other side. It must be
Just
about,
standing in the shrubbery.
it must be about, ankle height. Maybe up to your knee or shin. Slowly you make your way over. Ding, ba-dum, ba-dum, stomping all over the place till you get there. Not very quiet at all, but to you, you're doing a good job. You found somewhere. If a halfling were to hide in this, you'd never find them. It's got to work too. And you slowly get
I'm
into
gonna-
the bush and then just crash.
I'm gonna ask Eliza. She's obviously not thought this through very well. Do you know any good places with seating where we could inconspicuously, perhaps, observe without drawing in suspicion? I can't see anything around us.
I think that's too late.
Outside.
You're breaking up there, Eliza, sorry.
Are there guards posted outside that we can see?
Why don't you roll a perception check for me? As
Oh,
you rolled, sorry, wait, you rolled investigation, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, 16 earlier.
Yes, from where you're standing, you do notice a couple of guards.
So they are at the house. They're not outside at the wall itself.
They are at the house on the inside of the garden perimeter.
Okay, so they're walking around in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I cannot ferret them.
No, you can't ferret them.
Ferret them out. Yeah, get them outside. Well, and I have another question. Just how tall is the wall if Eliza is standing right in front of it?
The wall to the house compared to Eliza.
Well, the garden around it had a fence that had a certain height. Garden wall.
Yes.
You spoke of it back when we were talking to what was his name? The little wonderful fellow Timble.
Timble. Okay.
That you could. You said that it was easily scalable, but
So, there is shrubbery that surrounds the house, like a wall of bushes. They're about 3 feet high. For a halfling, you could easily hide in one of them. For a human, not so much, but it encompasses the entire estate. There is a large back garden. The area in front of the concrete fireworks part is about 100 by 100 square, the garden area. There's at least 40 feet between the garden and the walls of the house. Because the building is double-storied, the walls are reasonably high. The ceilings are 7 foot tall from where you can tell by the height. So you've got to bear in mind there's obviously like chandeliers hanging off there as well, so easily the height for a halfling to run around in. So the next floor above is again another 7-foot high ceiling, so you're looking at 14-15 feet high altogether.
Just sort of like getting some details on the house that we couldn't see from the map.
Okay, so the details in the house you can see patrolling around the garden from where you are. In fact, why don't we everyone who's going to be, let's say, casing the joint, roll a perception check for me. How long are you going to be spending watching the house to find all this out?
What time is it currently?
I'd call it now about 6 p.m.
So we have like 3 hours-ish before we need to leave?
Could
Oh,
do.
no, actually we have probably a couple more. Could probably spend 3. How long is it? What time would they have to be back to have a long rest to get to the place at midday?
2 a.m.
Oh, okay, so we do have quite a bit of time.
Yeah, you got a
Could
good
probably-
6-8 hours.
Yeah, so we could probably case it for 5 hours?
Yeah, I mean, you could case it to midnight.
Yeah.
And that's 6 hours. And then leave at midnight.
Yes.
So, I mean, technically 6 hours, you're looking at maybe, if it was watch, you'd have 2 people doing watch. So call it 2 shifts. So perception checks then for shift 1, and then perception checks for shift 2, based on the before 8 p.m. and after 8 p.m.
Is this the first watch then, Thune and Penrith, and then Eliza and afterwards?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay.
You might be onto something about that thing with Eliza having no eyes. Yeah, well... We are useless. Why do you have us with us?
And then
Oh my god.
let's get the second round of checks, shall we?
Who has the highest wisdom? Oh, I think
John does.
it's... Yep.
And John
the
before
plus
that.
2. Oh my god.
It doesn't matter, we've been rolling so bad.
You have
That's
been
also
rolling
very
so
true.
bad.
Oh, did you want another round of
Yes, please. Another round of rolls.
amazing
Roll it.
rolls? I got the same roll. Oh no, I went up 1.
You went up 1, yeah.
Jesus.
Thune.
I'm going down.
Thune is just tired of watching stuff that hasn't got a drink in it. So it's like, fuck this, I'm bored.
Yeah, just me one smash. John, have you rolled second
Standing
time?
that's happening.
Let's see.
And Eliza, I need you to...
Well,
Wow.
it's a little better, but
Wow. Okay.
God, he's
John with a
wrong.
17. Right. So, for the first couple of hours, while you're watching it, let's go back to the first one. Eliza, you don't pick up on anything, but the rest of you notice that the front doors to the place are generally, they seem to be ajar. There is a guard posted right outside that door. There is also a servant's entrance around at the back. But it is locked, and you notice that a guard with a dog walks past there. What has been being delivered looks like it's been tables and chairs, cutlery and crockery. You've seen the comings and goings through the front of the house as people are unpacking stuff, and through the windows around the side of the building you can see the dining area slowly getting set up with more equipment, and any of the food that goes in to the house goes in through the front door, and then it doesn't go in the same direction as the dining room, it goes the other way. That is what you see in the first one. Fendrith, while you are looking during the first watch, you notice this, and the second. I mean, you can see 2 guards in the windows that seem to be walking around during the evening, patrolling from one floor to the other floor. Once it starts to get a little bit later, at least even in this dim light with the 10, you manage to notice the front doors and the guard. The rest of you, well, except Thune, you also see, this late at night, 5 new people. Oh. Oh, sorry, I just had to sneeze there. 5 new people arrive on the premises. They look more tribal, and you recognize that they must be from far out in the Talenta Plains. And John, only you recognize, following these 5 tribal warriors into the room, is the same person described to you as Big Mondo. And you only know from the brief description, but it looks like he has just entered the house. What you also notice, John, is mounted halfling warriors walking around the garden on the back of lizards, almost as a mounted patrol going around the back. And the last thing you notice, as it's coming to midnight and you're about to make off, most of the lights in the villa have started to go out, when all of a sudden, at the back of the house, you see some movement rustling directly behind the northern on the map. Let me go back to the map. There you go. Where it says, oh, I don't want to, bear with me. So where it says the fireworks are here, just leading northwards. Do you want me to share the map? I'll share the map. Just leading northwards, about 45 feet behind that staircase is the brush where you notice some movement. And leaping through the brush are 2 small halflings. They look really young at this, from this distance as well. Can't be even teenagers yet. As you see them jump through the bushes and they go running up that staircase, and the first set of double doors where it says kitchen, they start to knock softly. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap.
Which staircase do they go running up?
The staircase just in front of the kitchen.
Oh, is that outside?
Yeah. On the outside.
Where the fireworks are gonna go off.
Here. This one? I don't.
The one to the east of the kitchen. Oh, that one. Okay, the one to the west of the kitchen. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's the stairs. Oh, okay.
Those are stairs
So
going
they
down.
go up those stairs, and then they go into the kitchen. Well, to the door for the kitchen.
And then there. Yeah, cool. You can see the drawing I'm making. Yeah, so they go running from the shrubbery at the back, bolting up. John, you notice then they go and they knock on the... John, what do you do?
I will relay everything I saw to the party.
Okay. And as he points it out, you can see ahead of you are two small halflings. They look homeless. Definitely by the way that they're dressed. They just stand out over here. They're wearing some rags or something. And as you watch, they have knocked on the door. The kitchen doors opens and one of the chefs inside comes out with 2 steaming bowls of food and a little bag for them. And they go running back into where the shrubbery is. And you watch as they sit down with the bowls and the spoons, put the spoons aside, and instead of tucking in, they just upend the bowls into their mouths. Wipe their hands over their mouths as they clean themselves from downing a whole bowl of soup. Pop it down in the bush next to them as they look in farewell back at the kitchen door, nod, and then grab their little package with them that they were given and make off into the night.
That's hospitality at its finest. Eliza sort of mutters aloud.
Okay.
So they were inside of the wall, and then we saw them disappear outside of the wall?
Yeah, so you basically saw these 2 street kids, almost on the stroke of midnight, go running into the kitchen from the back of the garden as they tap on the door. They received some food, ran back into the garden, drank it. No sort of... From the looks of things, it doesn't look like the alarm was raised or anything. They just made off again.
Maybe we should take the same path they did?
At least when we're leaving, certainly. But the problem is it's out by the fireworks, where the explosion is supposedly taking place.
Well, if
could go
anyone
in
sees you, just tell them you were out for the explosions.
Or we could go in now.
Someone is obviously near the kitchen.
Okay. Ow! I just kicked my table leg, but that hurt. I think that is where we're going to call it for the night.
Alright.
Before we do, I want to make sure that I mark, because I was writing down where the guards were. They were on, you said the first floor on the second floor, and they were walking past windows?
Yeah, let me change
Which window?
Hold on.
We could see them go up and down. They were on both floors, right? They were patrolling up and down. As I understood it.
So, I'm gonna take into account the fact that you've probably walked around the perimeter a couple of times. You've seen through a couple of windows. What you do see is around the front of the house. It looks like there's guards patrolling around there, and then this way out that side there is a guard stationed there. You know that this is the kitchen. There were 5 tribal warriors that entered with Big Mondo. You noticed a pair of guards walking down this way. And then through the kitchen windows, you notice them walk into the kitchen and then into the door. From there, you've seen them actually walking into this room and through the window past there and past there.
So they...
And then they appeared back down on this bottom door coming out into the kitchen. So as they patrol the inside of the house, their route seems to go through the kitchen, and then they appear about 5 minutes later, in the front of the house upstairs.
Can they even do that? There's no door through there. That's impressive.
Or is there?
Yeah, then it has to be secret somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I
Interesting.
mean, if we look at the drawing, there's no like way through here, for example. So there must be some way they can go through there.
And there was a servant's entrance as well that we noticed. And I think he said something about a dog.
Yeah, there was a guard with a dog,
Oh, a guard with a dog. Oh,
and
okay.
there was mounted.
Yeah, I remember that bit. Where was the servant's entrance?
I think that's where the what are they called? The little kids came in,
Oh,
the
the
little
urchins.
urchins.
The little urchins
Ah,
came
okay.
into the kitchen door. There is a servant's entrance over here. It's a door that's locked.
Ah, okay. Cool.
You didn't see
Oh.
anyone going in through there. So, in total then, you spotted, I believe it was 12 guards altogether.
5 newcomers, at least.
Yeah, and 5 newcomers. The guard around the house also includes halfling riders on the backs of small dinosaurs. What you did notice is that all of the staff are halflings. Scouting it out this evening, a night before the party, you did not notice any other halflings about.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about all this, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
because it's clear you can take 2 options here, but Thune wants to go in right now. And I mean, is that then just something we're going with because Thune is bored and want to get inside?
Okay, footmarks. Everything. I think I marked it
Oh.
right.
Wow, look at that.
I was also sitting in the cutting tool doing exactly this.
Okay.
Yep. I think I managed to get it right. I probably should have put a bit extra of them going up those stairs, but it's fine.
Rachel, let me stop you there. Let's say farewell to Twitch while we stop our stream. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you, everybody. Please come again.
Bye.